Good morning to you. It's 4 a.m. on this Tuesday, March the 21st, and here are today's top headlines. More heavy rain drenching Southern California. This latest storm also bringing winds and mountain snow. We're tracking the latest conditions.
Tens of thousands of LAUSD employees hitting the picket lines this morning, forcing all of the district's schools to shut down.
And New York City bracing for protests as authorities get ready for the possible arrest and indictment of former President Donald Trump. Early edition of the Ktla Dt Morning News starts right now. Well, good morning to you on what promises to be a very wet Tuesday. I'm Chris Schauble.
I'm Megan Henderson. We appreciate you being with us. We'll check your commute with
It is lit up already, so we had some light, moderate rain, especially during the morning, mid-afternoon hours yesterday. And then we had that little clearing we talked about. And we also mentioned people, hey, don't think this is one storm. We had a weak little system that moved in yesterday, and it did provide some pretty decent rain, but now the heavy rain has moved in. And from San Luis Obispo to San Diego, we are seeing some heavy cells. This is one of those mornings we're going to continue to say, hey, if you have the opportunity to stay off the roads this morning, do so. I know many of you do not. You have to get to work. You have to get kids to school, even though there is spring break for many. We still want you to, at least if you have the possibility, avoid the roads because they're only going to get worse. This is just the start of a very strong storm that's going to push through. We have the atmospheric river. There is some snow up in the mountains, which is some good news. We're at least seeing some lower snowfall levels, but not low enough as we still get plenty of rain up in our mountain communities. But boy, from Thousand Oaks down into Fullerton, really, we should probably be pinpointing the areas that don't have heavy rain. There's more areas with heavy rain right now out there this morning than without. We have windy conditions. The winds are only going to get stronger. We're going to be talking about strong gusty winds. Look at the gusts in the high desert up to 65. Some of our higher peaks of the mountains. Not a lot of people up there, if any, but some of those extremely high elevation peaks, Ginger, could see 80-mile-per-hour wind gusts. That's hurricane strength. So we have a lot going on this morning. It will only get worse. It's going to be a really tough day. And tomorrow as well, as the rain will continue all day long because we know that we just cannot handle any more of this heavy rain, which means mudslides, down power lines, down trees, definitely in the cards for us today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I hit the snooze button and I totally regretted it at 10 extra minutes because it was tough just riding to work this morning. And I think part of it is just taking it slow because you can't see any of those potholes, right? So it could be dangerous. We have a few things that we want to show you. First of all, we always want to take you to start you off with the cameras so you can see what the conditions are like. You know those areas where we have that rain. And you see the conditions right here along the stretch of the 210 right at about Day Creek Boulevard. No surprise that it's like this. The rain is here. It's light for now, but then you can see that that cloud cover is here with us as well. We'll take you over to look at some of the other things. 10 eastbound side right about Cherry Avenue. So they're saying that there is a pretty serious crash that's sitting in lanes as well. The drive is just a little bit slow in that spot. I want to mention it too. Earlier this morning, there was discussion that along stretches of the 15 at the 4,000-foot level, which puts it just below the top of the Cajon Summit, that visibility is only at about 50 feet, and that's all because of the fog and the clouds that are developing there. A signaler issued for this stretch of the 710 northbound side at Rosecrans that could go until about 5 o'clock. A pretty serious crash, a car that hit a semi. I think it's probably rain related as well. And they are saying the 3 right lanes are blocked, so it's a pretty big deal for the 710 freeway. A lot of big rig drivers on the road already at this hour. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Ginger, thank you. All LAUSD schools will be closed today as tens of thousands of custodians, cafeteria workers, bus drivers, and other staff walk off the job.
Last-minute negotiations failed, and in a sign of solidarity, teachers say they will not cross the picket line. KTLA's Samantha Cortese has more.
All schools across